Hey everybody, Andrew here again. Welcome back to the homestead. And it's been a very interesting year so far. It's been raining almost every single day since the spring. We might miss a day or two, but it's been a mess. I haven't been able to do much mowing. I just got the grass cut about 2 days ago. Didn't get all of it. And now I have this pumpkin growing all up on my equipment. This is where I store my stuff. See my tiller here. I have a mower deck in there that belongs to that red lawnmower over there. I took it off the other day. I was using the mower for something else. This is an old rabbit coop that I use for a period of time, but then we switched to those metal framey things. I'm doing a complete redo here. Right, so we switched to these cages. They are 30 by 36. So I'm gonna be taking this out because we got a new coop for the rabbits, which was this. We built this recently and the rabbits have been in there for a while, but now we got, let me show you. Chickens. So I've decided to take the rabbits out of here and I'm gonna put them here. This is something I found on the side of the street. I threw it on top of the car the other day and brought it home. I just chopped it down and brought it home. So I tried this cage right here. You could see Jamie and Linksy chilling out in there. That's just to keep the sun off them, because I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put this thing. And then I might have to end up enclosing it because when it rains they're going to get wet. But I was just trying to figure something out with them. They don't spend a lot of time in these cages because I do let them out in the run. But as I said, it's been raining, so I haven't been able to do much. This one is actually new. I made this one about a week ago, because this is where I'm keeping the goats. And you can see that they start eating the tarp. $40. And they start chewing on it the first day. I heard you. So I put in these automatic watering things and just connect them to the hose. Usually I just open the bottom and let it drain out. I'm just doing this to show you how it works. So I'm gonna end up opening it. There's a fly in there that died in there, so that's a no-go. So yeah, out with the old, in with the new. This place, look at that. I haven't gotten a chance to come out and get in there yet to trim it down, but I put them in anyway. For the past few weeks they've been running through the yard, so needless to say, they destroy almost all of our delicate plants. They ate everything down. I know they were going to do that. I let them do it. So I put them in here for now. They're going to press this down, eat what they want, and then I'm still going to have to come in with the trimmer and cut this down and clean it out. The Gulf Ruby plum is still here. And this is my pretty peach tree. Yeah, a lot of rain and a lot of wind. I know my Florida King peach is broken. Yeah, look at that. We appreciate all the rain because everything is nice and green. These grapefruits, they're barely hanging on, and I'm gonna show you why. We're gonna get back to the rabbit cage and coop, but I'm just gonna show you these since I'm in the area. The Spanish moss, they are the destruction of trees. This is what it do. Destroy the trees. Absolutely destroy it. And that's why the trees are looking like this. I keep pulling the moss off. You see that right there? See that right there? That's how it formed. So if you don't pull those off, it comes right back. There's one. Here's another one right here. if you don't pull them off, it's coming right back. So it's been a big job. This is how much of it I got. But nevertheless, the trees, they're still fruiting. You can see there's a lot of fruit. It's not even half of what these trees used to put out, but what can you do, right? Nature. So I started the cleanup process about 4 days ago. I just haven't gotten here yet. So we'll see. But anyway, back to the rabbit cage and the chicken coop. This came in handy. I left this here for a period of time because in my mind I was thinking I'm gonna move this after it broken down. It's almost broken down, almost completely ready to go by the tree roots. It's rabbit manure, grass, and rabbit feed together, so I could have just taken this at any time, but I just let this break down because I was in no rush. But now I got the chicken scratching at it. They're finding a lot of bugs in it, so I'm gonna go ahead, take this old coop out of here, move it to the back, and at some point I'm gonna break it down to reclaim my nails, screws, and some of this wire. Still good stuff. But welcome to Homestead Life. Sometimes you gotta work with what you've got, and sometimes you don't get the time you want or the time you need to get everything done, so you just gotta let things go until you can get it together. So let me go ahead and start getting things together. So this is that coop you see everybody building on YouTube these days. I got another one of those automatic watering thing down low for the chicks. So this is that, what they call it, hoop coop thing. So I had the rabbits right here. As I say, you can see some of the droppings on the floor. But I just let the chickens run in here at the same time until I figure out how I was going to store them. I didn't want to pass up the chickens when I saw them, so we went ahead, grabbed them, and now got to find a home for them. But this is it, the hoop coop, and I got this from YouTube. This is a piece of my tiller. It's the shield for the belt. You know how long I'm looking for this thing? I have no shortage of lizards here. just need enough space so I can drive through here. It's 97 degrees today, and I got up with the intention that I was coming to feed the rabbits, and then I decided I'm gonna go through and do all of this stuff today. It is burning hot. See that? Nice and flat. Let me show you something. I didn't want to do this, but sometimes you have to do things that need to get done. Some of those things I didn't want to do, but it has to be done, you know. I saw this right after I started cutting, after I severed the vine. It's a pumpkin. Smells like a pumpkin. Nice. Maybe they'll pick at that. No, it's not big enough because I'm gonna need a overhang front and aft to make sure when it rains they don't get wet. But for now, this is gonna work until I figure out exactly what I'm gonna do. But I gotta get them out of there because the chicken's gonna need that. The rabbits are more stationary because they're in those containers until I let them out into the run again. But the chickens need to go out. I'll put the rabbit cages in here till I figure out what I'm gonna do. I have a couple of more of these in the yard that I'm not using yet, so I might end up going ahead and putting another one in front of this just to extend it, to make it wider. There you go. But for now, this will keep them good. I'm gonna put something here, another piece of plywood here, keep them because the sun rises over here and set this way, just to keep them safe. But I'm keeping them right here. Roxy's gonna keep an eye on them. Right, girl? Yeah, this is where they're gonna stay for now, until I decide on a permanent rabbit hutch for them. See the top of this cage? How flat, how sunken it is. The goats jumped right on top of it the other day. I was cleaning and I took it out, put it down, and they jumped right on it. So you might notice that the feeders are just dangling in the cage. Some of them are knocked off. As I said, I've been doing some rearranging, so I've been moving everything around. Those things are usually, I pinch them tight so they don't come off. But I took it off the other day to wash it out. So I didn't cut the cage and stick the feeder in the way you would normally do it, because we have field rats here sometimes, raccoons, possums, and I don't want the rats, you know, some of these things, I don't want, by any means, sometimes the goats get by the cages, I don't want them flipping that lid trying to get to the food. No, I have rats going down in it and ending up in the cage, right? It's real easy for me to just open it and put feed in. These guys are digging through the rabbit compost. They're finding all sort of bugs. Check them out. That's 3. Where's 4? Oh, there is 4 eating. Well, you can see it's a lot of broken on stuff. So in there you got worms, maybe maggots, all that stuff that breaks down compost and poop and grass. So you got a lot of roaches in it, and that's what they're feasting on right now. And that's what you want your chickens to be eating, the stuff that they naturally eat. This is what free-range chicken eats. This is why on some farm, on some other farms, when they have like cows, they don't just clear the manure. What they do, they let it sit in the field, and then they would let the chickens out, and the chicken go and pick the maggots out of the cow dungs. And that's called free-range in your chickens. So there you go, free-range chickens on the homestead. All this are the goats doing. Sometimes I take these out and I put them down. Like it's nice and cool out. Like for instance, now it's nice and cool. I would take them out of there and put them in the shade, put them under the bananas over there where it's nice and breezy. But then the goats, they want the rabbit food. So what they do, they just jump right on top of the cage, or they start banging on it to shake the food loose, and then they get it from under the bottom. So these are the trays that goes in between these right here, so they don't end up with their droppings on the other guys below them. I really only use one. The idea was I was gonna also stack them 3 high, but I didn't, so that's why I have this extra tray. I didn't really use it. I need 5 more of these cages. So here they are. So this is the system I use. So yes, so as I said, this is not going to be a permanent home for them. This is just temporary until I figure out what I'm going to do. For now, I'm just making room for the chickens, because the chickens need the space. The rabbits, they're pretty much in their home, these little cages. So all I got to do is provide somewhere dry for them, and they're all right. But the chicken need to scratch and bathe in the dirt at the same time. So yeah, they gotta, you know, the rabbits have to give up that home. I might be building another one, I'm not sure, but I definitely gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the rabbits. But for now, this is pretty good. This housed them pretty good for now. It hasn't been raining for the past, what, 3 days now. So it was in the forecast to rain today, but I didn't. Sky's clear. So all right, I'm gonna wrap this up right here. I'm gonna continue the cleanup tomorrow. It's but yeah, you know, this is the homestead. This is just the way everything is. It's not always perfect. It takes a lot of time for me to get it to where I want it to be, for where it used to be. Take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's just been too hot. As I said, everything is normal, and I'm hoping to get back on track with the videos starting here, right? So thank you guys for watching. As usual, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, also please feel free to subscribe and let me know what you think. You know, it's not always perfect, but that's what a homestead is. You just got to keep working it to benefit yourself. So we're working it, and it's been benefiting so far, so we're grateful. We got rabbits, goats, dogs. Now we got chickens. I'm gonna get a little more into the chickens later on in another video, but you know, this was the main thing to do. Oh, I didn't realize that the wheel came off the mower while I was using it, just when I parked it. I noticed it when I went to move it again, that one of the screws came off and the rod came out in the time. But you've seen the homestead, you've seen the chicken, you've seen the rabbits. I'm gonna get a little more into the chickens, and I'll be doing this again tomorrow, some more cleaning up and straightening out, and then I'm gonna end up doing some mowing and some weed eating, because I gotta cut all this stuff down. It's just a lot of, it's just messy right now, and since we get the break in with the rain, why not use it to our advantage, right? I got these pumpkin vines growing up on my dog run, so I'm gonna have to pull these down, yeah, so she can see 360 degrees. I don't want to block her view. I want her to see. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Andrew here, and have a good day. Bye.